Baybee! Can you believe Lisa Raye is still talking about Nicole Murphy being a homewrecker? Yes, loves, years later. Actually, decades later, and it looks like she still hasn't moved on from Nicole allegedly having an affair with her ex-husband, Michael Misick. Okay, I know y'all have said that Lisa should probably stop with all this nonsense, because she's also been accused of having an affair with Gary Payton while he was married, and others have said that the incident was not isolated. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. I know, it's tiring at this point, but let's just get into it.
Is she interested only in married men or something like that?
I don't know anything about that. You gotta ask her what she's interested in. I know she's interested in getting back in the same position that she was in. Who wouldn't?
Right. What's your message to Nicole?
I ain't got shit to say to Nicole.
Right. All right, thank you so much, Lisa. Appreciate it.
Is it me, or every time Lisa Raye revisits this topic, she doesn't just rehash what went down, she adds a little extra spice, a new jab, or a subtle reminder that she still hasn't forgiven Nicole. And while some folks applaud her for standing her ground, others are calling it straight-up bitterness. I mean, back in 2019, after she had already talked about the affair a few times in the past, when TMZ caught up with Lisa Raye to ask about those rumors of Nicole Murphy being a homewrecker, Lisa Raye didn't hold back at all. She confirmed the whispers, saying it was absolutely true that Nicole had messed around with her husband. At the time, Lisa Raye admitted that everyone makes mistakes, but what really got her was the disrespect. She told them that doing something messy like that to family was on another level, adding that she didn't know if Nicole was technically a homewrecker, but whatever she was doing, it was definitely wrecking homes. And get this, Lisa Raye even spilled that Nicole once tried to act friendly, waving at her like nothing happened, but she wasn't having it. She said she looked around like, who is she waving at? She not waving at me, before marching right up to Nicole and asking, did you try to beckon me over here? 'Cause here I am. Now, something else that Lisa mentioned during the TMZ interview was Nicole kissing film director Antoine Fuqua while he was married to Layla Rashawn. For those who recall, this was also a very messy situation. And what happened was that Nicole was photographed by paparazzi sharing a kiss with Antoine. More than one kiss, by the way, while the two were in Italy. Antoine was reportedly there for a film festival, while Nicole claimed she happened to be in town on business of her own. After the photos were released, Nicole reportedly put out a statement claiming she and Antoine were just friends. And when Lisa was asked about it, she said that to her, that was total BS. Nicole even made an appearance on the Wendy Williams show, and she tried to downplay the situation, urging viewers to do their research. But she seemed unprepared for Wendy Williams, who had come armed with damning evidence, photographs, and all types of research of her and Antoine Fuqua's lip lock in Italy. Wendy also pressed her on the nature of her relationship with Antoine, referencing rumors that she was a friend of the family. Then she presented a second photograph of the two, this time seated and kissing, calling it Exhibit B. And Nicole's response, it was a moment, was met with visible discomfort as she struggled to maintain her composure under Wendy's probing. However, she added that, contrary to reports, she did not release a statement addressing the scandal. But then Nicole seemed to make things worse when she said that she did not break up Lisa's marriage.
Mountain of its own. And like I said, no, listen, it said I broke up somebody's marriage, which is absolutely false. I never did that. There was a statement released by that ex-husband saying it's false. And no,
you're talking about when Lisa Raye got involved and said you slept with her husband.
Yes, and it's not true.
No, she talked real greasy on social media.
I know, it's not true. First of all, her husband released a statement.
That was Turks and Caicos King.
Yes, saying it's not true.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nobody focused on that issue. No one, they just focused on
in bed with Roxy, so
it has nothing to do with me.
I'm just saying, who believes what he said?
Okay, but
men lie. But you know men lie.
But I'm telling you, it's not true.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just saying what I'm talking about is.
Best believe that Lisa commented, because she was on the Ricky Smiley morning show, and she doubled down on her previous comments, adding that she never blamed Nicole for breaking up her marriage, and further claimed that Nicole's play on words on Wendy was strategic. She said, "For those that still want to talk mess, hence Nicole Murphy, I had to get certain folks together when they say that I'm lying about certain things I've got receipts on." She did this play on words on the Wendy Williams show. "I did not break up Lisa Raye's marriage. I was like, no, I didn't say that. I never said you broke up my marriage. That ain't what I said. I'ma let her play on words with that, but she might want to come and see me. She might want to see me and tell me that face to face. I would accept that. Face to face and woman to woman. I was woman to woman about it when I stepped to her. So now she thinks I'm lying. I welcome you to come to me and tell me that in my face. Please and thank you. Anyway, Lisa noted during her interview with TMZ that she'd like to put the topic of her and Nicole Murphy beef to rest, cause she ain't got nothing to say to her. She clearly still had things to say, cause she also talked about the affair in 2020, and once again, she said that she was mad that Nicole called her a liar.
Sit there and lie in front of the world. You calling me a liar, and we talked about this. We discussed this already. So now you reneging, and do you really want me to pull out those receipts? I'm not that kind of woman to want to do that, but if you make me, I can and I will. And if you keep mentioning my name, that's not a good thing either. I don't want the beef. We don't have to have the beef. I ain't got to see you. You do absolutely nothing for me. Nothing. And I do nothing for her. But let's keep it cordial where when I see you, I don't want to slap the shit out of you. Let's just keep it cool.
In fact, there was also a time a few months ago when she was talking about her ex-husband's infidelity again during an interview with Carlos King for his Reality with the King podcast, where she detailed how her friendship with Nicole ended years ago and the alleged incident that incited it. She actually began the conversation by telling Carlos King that her own mother warned her against Nicole at her bachelorette party at the time, before she married her then husband, former Turks and Caicos premier Michael Misick, but she didn't listen.
Day parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing. She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, And so, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school,
Then she said that their friendship demise began after she checked the manifest of her private plane, which lists all staff and passengers, and saw that Nicole's name was on there for a trip to Turks and Caicos. Of course, this shocked Lisa, and she was just like, if you have a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me. She also went on to say that she attempted to confront Nicole over the phone about the trip, but she initially denied ever having been on the plane or traveling and hung up. Then, after Nicole continued to ignore her repeated calls, she hit up NFL star Michael Strahan, who was romantically involved with Nicole at the time, to see if he knew anything about the trip. Michael also said that he didn't know anything about that, and that's when Nicole sent him video evidence she found of Nicole and her ex-husband pulling up together to the private plane airstrip.
Just how much I was just like, what, bitch, you don't do that. Friends don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I would think an enemy would do, or somebody that I just don't know. But someone that you have to watch your, girl, where I come from, south side of Chicago, that's an ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Period.
She actually made it clear that she and Nicole have not reconciled since that time. And even though Nicole continued to deny the affair with Lisa Raye's ex-husband, she told Carlos King that her ex-husband finally admitted that he cheated with Nicole, and that contributed to their eventual divorce in 2008. Apparently, he confessed that he and Nicole Murphy had slept together about 2 or 3 times during their secret meetings. As for Nicole, her relationship with Michael Strahan also didn't last long, because after getting engaged in 2009, the couple remained together for another 5 years before ending their relationship in 2014. And now, believe it or not, Lisa Raye is talking about it again, allegedly. Yes, years later, she's still bringing up the whole Nicole Murphy homewrecker saga like it just happened yesterday. It's almost like every few months, she finds a new way to slip it into an interview or podcast, and people are starting to roll their eyes. Fans are like, girl, are we really doing this again? Because at this point, the drama feels more recycled than fresh tea. But honey, like I said, there are those who have said that Lisa Raye really needs to stop with all this back and forth because, let's be honest, sis isn't exactly innocent either. Word on the street is she was accused of having a little something with Gary Payton while he was married, and others even claimed that situation wasn't an isolated one. However, when she was asked about the affair with Gary, this is what Lisa said: Gary, that's my boy, so no to the rumors about us having an affair, and people don't know what they are talking about. If anybody knew of any type type of affair, it would only be those two in the room, right? And I believe in karma too, but what happened between me and my husband has nothing to do with karma. Still, people can't help but call out the hypocrisy. I mean, Lisa Raye has definitely had her fair share of rumored entanglements and on-screen flings that blurred the line between acting and reality. So for her to still be pointing fingers years later, fans are side-eyeing hard. Like, girl, how long are we gonna keep dragging Nicole for this? At some point, it starts feeling less like righteous anger and more like an obsession, especially when everyone involved has moved on. On the other hand, maybe Lisa Raye is justified in still feeling some type of way. Let's not forget, Nicole wasn't just some random woman off the street. She was someone Lisa actually knew. They ran in the same circles and shared laughs. So imagine finding out that a woman you once called a friend allegedly went behind your back and messed with your husband. And honestly, some wounds don't heal with time, especially when the person who hurt you never truly owned up to it. So while people might say she's dragging it out, maybe she's just still processing the sting of being betrayed. I don't know, guys. What do you think about her allegedly bringing it up again? Sound off in the comments section below.